how close are we when it comes to autonomous and adding in that learning so that the autonomous vessel can actually go out there and make decisions and understand the inputs and turn that around and either correct itself, identify some type of security risk, or be able to understand and learn from that and make the right decision. How far away do you think we are from that?
I mean, you're exponentially advancing right now. What we started in, so Janice started in 2014. The leadership started in this field in 2014. My business partner and my two leads, they were all plank owners for an autonomous mine hunting unit in Bahrain. I jumped over and joined them over here in the UAE in 2018. And, from where they were in 2014 to what we developed in 2018, it was still hit or miss, to be completely honest with you. You really needed to make sure you were doing everything by the numbers. You follow the checklist. If you fell out of, you need to put on, you power up the boat, then you power up the communications, then you power up the payload, and you make sure you check as you're going through the systems. And if you got anything out of whack or something just didn't feel like turning on at the appropriate time, you'd have to shut the whole boat down and restart the process all over again. Now, here we are, 2026. That's not so much the case. A lot of the vessels now, it's one barrel switch turn. Everything boots up, everything comes on. You make sure you got comms, and you're good to do your pre-start checks. They're your pre-mission checks. So we're getting there. We're getting there faster and faster, but it costs money.
Yeah. Well, and the other interesting thing is it's a conversation I actually had with someone at Tesla, and he's been there for 14 years, and we talked about sort of the transition from Tesla. And I actually had my first experience in a self-driving car. You think, I'm in this, but I was my first experience in one. And I was just asking him a lot of questions about the technology. And one of the things that he said is they have millions of hours of cameras, millions of hours of learning that goes into the autonomous vehicle. And, we're just not saying we're just starting in the marine industry, but we are not as advanced as the automobile industry in terms of getting those recorded hours and having that learning and that capability. And that's really what I was thinking about with that question is that, do you think, like you said, we're going exponentially. Do you think that in a few years, we're going to have enough information and enough data to be able to program these systems, to be able to make them smarter and be able to, brake like a car and turn like a car, identify, hey, this is something or a person in the road, or identify, something in the sea that's not supposed to be there. That's not, animal life. That's not a whale. That's not not a dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking is that maybe we'll have enough footage by then. We'll have enough data to actually train the systems.
Yeah. So, first of all, you got to realize with a UGV, an unmanned ground vehicle, or an autonomous car, they're on one axis. I mean, they're driving on the road effectively. When you're talking about boats, you're on the sea, and so you are doing this the entire time, where a car just goes very straight and steady. And lidar works well on a car. Lidar doesn't work very well at sea. So yeah, it's just there's physical references to maintain track. Obviously the lines on the road to maintain the vehicle in the right lane. No lines out there at sea, and so it is harder for boats. But with the advent of effectively digital models that you can continually run. A lot of people use the Singapore maritime data set. That's a very popular and famous data set that's used for computer vision, machine learning, to teach cameras that, hey, this is a trawler, this is a patrol boat. But it's learning. It takes thousands and thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of hours to get to a consistent accuracy point where you would reliably say, yep, that's right. That is, that's an Iranian fast attack craft. And the more that we're able to build models and internally train the models effectively using AI to train additional AI, the faster we'll be there. But right now, we're still working on that, and there's good companies that are doing it. There just are. I mean, Takaro Blue is good. Current Core is good. There's good companies out there that are working on this project.